Alright, let's be real for a second. The AR-15 is a phenomenal platform. It's America's rifle, and nearly everyone has one for good reason. But if you've ever found yourself wondering if it's truly the last word in modern carbine design, then you, my friend, are in exactly the right place. Today, we're stepping outside the echo chamber to explore 7 formidable contenders that give the trusty AR a serious run for its money. We're talking about rifles that offer different operating systems, superior ergonomics, or just pack a hell of a lot more punch. We'll get our hands on a couple of futuristic bullpups from the legendary Steyr and IWI, and we'll break down some of the finest piston-driven powerhouses from CZ, FN, and Palmetto State Armory. For those who crave the authority of a Cold War battle rifle, we've got a hard-hitting .308 Winchester that runs on a classic roller-delayed system. And to cap it off, we'll dive into a fascinating piece of legal wizardry from Franklin Armory that completely sidesteps the National Firearms Act. If you're ready to see what lies beyond the world of direct impingement, buckle up. You might just find your next obsession. Franklin Armory Reformation RS-7. Franklin Armory has a reputation for gleefully poking the regulatory bear, and the Reformation RS-7 is their most audacious move yet. Typically, a 7.5-inch barrel on an AR platform is a one-way ticket to tax stamp territory. But Franklin's patented straightland rifling is a stroke of legal genius. Because the projectile never achieves a traditional spin, the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives can't classify it as a rifle or a shotgun. It exists in a unique category as simply a firearm. The Feds tried to shut this down back in 2019, but the court sided with Franklin. Now, the RS-7 is listed on their website for $1,179, available in either 5.56 NATO or 300 AC blackout, opting for the BFS3 binary trigger package bumps that price to about $1,270. On the bench, it'll produce 3-inch clusters at 50 yards with 62-grain green tip, perfectly serviceable for its intended role. The gas impulse is snappy, but a quality stock and a good muzzle device keep it manageable, even in binary mode. Firing one round on the pull and another on the release allows you to empty a 30-round magazine in about 3 seconds, which is an absolute riot. For the shooter who despises paperwork and loves innovation, the fact that you can legally own this compact powerhouse without a tax stamp is a massive win. Steyr August. The Steyr August, Austria's Arm Universal Gur, looked like it was pulled from a science fiction film when it first appeared in 1978. Yet, here we are, nearly 50 years later, and it remains the benchmark for reliable, combat-proven bullpup rifles. Current models imported to the United States typically hover around $1,850. The bullpup design means you get the full velocity from a 16-inch barrel, all while having an overall length shorter than a 10-inch barreled AR pistol. Skeptics always point to the trigger, but the modern 2-stage mechanism has improved dramatically, breaking cleanly at just under 6 pounds. A quick-change barrel system lets you swap barrels in seconds, and the 3-position gas regulator, normal, adverse, and suppressed, ensures flawless function in any condition. In terms of sheer reliability, the long-stroke piston system is legendary. It will run for thousands of rounds in harsh conditions when a direct impingement rifle would be choking. With quality 69-grain match ammunition, the August is capable of punching cloverleaf groups that will make many lightweight ARs blush. IWI Tavor X95. When the Israeli Defense Forces needed a rifle better suited for the tight confines of urban combat, they developed the Tavor. The current Tavor X95 is the highly refined evolution of that platform, and it has become a modern icon in its own right. New models typically retail for around $1,760. The X95's balance is its superpower. With the action seated in the rear, the rifle's weight rests over your firing hand, making it feel incredibly light and maneuverable. The 16.5-inch cold hammer forged barrel has a 1 in 7 twist rate to stabilize heavier projectiles and a service life that stretches beyond 20,000 rounds. While the manual of arms is different from an AR, the controls are intelligently placed around the pistol grip, allowing for surprisingly fast reloads without ever moving your firing hand. The platform is also fully ambidextrous, with the charging handle and ejection port being convertible for left-handed shooters. This rifle runs on a robust, long-stroke piston system that will digest any 5.56 NATO ammunition you feed it, making it a rugged, compact, and utterly dependable tool for any defensive scenario. PSA JKL. Palmetto State Armory built its empire on value-priced ARs, and then it dropped a bombshell, the JKL. This rifle takes a long-stroke gas piston system, reminiscent of the AKM, and marries it to a monolithic upper receiver that bolts onto any standard AR lower. But here's the game changer. It completely eliminates the need for a buffer tube. This means you can attach a folding stock, and actually fire the rifle while it's folded. Complete rifles, like the 13.7-inch 5.56 model with a pinned and welded muzzle device, carry a manufacturer's suggested retail price around $1,299. The monolithic upper, machined from a single billet of aluminum, provides a rock-solid mounting platform that ensures your optics and lasers hold zero through serious abuse. The 4-position adjustable gas valve lets you tune the rifle for suppressed use or to run reliably even when it's filthy. The recoil is a firm push characteristic of long-stroke systems, but it's easily managed. In a recent class, one of these ran 1,200 rounds without a single cleaning, with its only hiccup being on questionable steel-cased ammo. That combination of innovation, reliability, and affordability explains why the JKL remains in such high demand. CZ Bren 2 MS Carbine. The Czechs have a long history of brilliant firearms design, and the CZ Bren 2 is a masterpiece of modern engineering. When their military felt the original CZ-805 was a bit too heavy, they went back to the drawing board. The result was the Bren 2, a rifle that shed nearly a pound, adopted a sleeker monolithic upper, and utilized a buttery smooth short-stroke gas piston system. The Bren 2 MS Carbine, with its 16-inch cold hammer forged barrel and a non-reciprocating charging handle, lands on American shores with a manufacturer's suggested retail price of $2,199. Under recoil, it feels like a perfectly tuned, high-end AR, but without any of the gas blowback to the face. The ambidextrous controls are perfectly mirrored, and the folding stock is adjustable for length of pull. Field stripping is a breeze, as all the carbon buildup stays up front on the piston. The rifle is also exceptionally accurate, capable of producing 1.4 minute of angle groups with 77-grain match ammunition. It's a refined, reliable, and incredibly soft-shooting rifle for the discerning shooter who demands premium performance. FN SCAR 16 SNRCH. When the United States Special Operations Command puts out a request for a new rifle, you listen. The result was the FN SCAR, a platform designed from the ground up to be modular, reliable in the harshest environments, and suppressor-ready. The current NRCH, non-reciprocating charging handle, variant is the most refined version yet, with a manufacturer's suggested retail price of $3,839. No one calls a SCAR a budget rifle, but once you get behind it, you understand where the money went. Its short-stroke piston system is legendarily clean and soft-shooting. The monolithic upper provides a rock-solid platform for optics, and the quick-change barrel system allows an armorer to swap barrels in minutes. The entire rifle is fully ambidextrous, and its highly adjustable folding stock makes it one of the most ergonomic platforms on the market. Weighing just over 7 pounds, it's remarkably lightweight for such a robust system. It consistently achieves 1.25 minute of angle accuracy with quality ammunition, proving that it's a tool built for those who operate at the tip of the spear. PTR 91A3S. For anyone who has ever lusted after a classic Cold War battle rifle, but balked at the $4,000 price tag of a vintage HK91, PTR Industries is the answer. Their US-made clones, based on original German blueprints, deliver that same iconic experience. The current A3S model, with its 18-inch tapered barrel and classic paddle magazine release, usually has a street price around $1,650. This rifle runs on a roller-delayed blowback system, which means there is no gas system to foul up. The recoil from a 7.62 NATO cartridge is brisk, but the rifle's design keeps it manageable. The real magic, however, is the cost of magazines. Surplus aluminum G3 mags can be found for around $8 a piece. You can stock up on 20 of them for less than the cost of 2 modern 308 AR magazines. The ergonomics are unique, with no last round bolt hold open and that famously satisfying HK slap to send the bolt home. It's a rugged, simple, and powerful piece of history that delivers an unmatched shooting experience. So that's a wrap, folks. Which of these 7 heavy hitters would you trust over your go-to AR? Let me know your reasoning down in the comments. Be sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and ring that bell so you never miss what's coming next.